Hello, my name is Marcia Bradshaw, and I'm here to talk about our Juneteenth holiday and celebration. Juneteenth is considered the oldest celebration commemorating the ending of slavery in the United States. Celebrated on June 19th, it marks the second Independence Day in this country. The first recognition of the freeing of slaves was celebrated on June 19, 1865, in Galveston, Texas, when Colonel Granger arrived in town and informed the former slaves that they had been freed with the signing of the Emancipation Proclamation on January 1st, 1963. It actually took over 2 years for the news to get to Texas, Kentucky, and Alabama. In modern times, we celebrate Juneteenth to commemorate the resilience of African American people in this country, our living ancestors in the African diaspora, and all of our African ancestors that were taken as slaves from the continent of Africa. We must know and remember our history so as to defy the lies that have been told to us for centuries. As we study our history and the history of the African diaspora, we begin the process of telling our own story so that we might teach our children and our children's children about their ancestors and can begin to rewrite the history books that are used in the educational system of our nation. While slavery ended legally, the practice continued using other means to maintain the slave mentality. We can see systems today, especially in the prison industrial complex, where prisoners work for wages of less than $1 per hour. We also see slave mentality as it continues in the criminal justice system and institutional racism that we experience in this country. It is important for all people to recognize that we can no longer condone racially motivated systems. Hence, it is important to remember that slavery ended in 1865, and that as we celebrate Juneteenth, we tell the truth about people of African descent. And I said in 1865, but actually it was 1863. But many slaves didn't experience the ending until 1865. We tell the truth about people of African descent. It is imperative that we begin to create the country we all believe is possible, where all people are treated equally and the playing field is level. Juneteenth is observed annually in over 45 states by predominantly African American people. The holiday is celebrated by families and friends joining together, holding parades, picnics, plays, and other festive events. Food is usually served, music played, and individuals provide other joyous activities to acknowledge the emancipation of slavery. It is true that we are free to undo the miseducation behind the lies told in the history of this nation. The celebration of Juneteenth is a conscious act of defying the lie and telling the truth. A new vision for our country was created during the recent inauguration of the President of the United States. I want us to listen to the poem written by a young poet laureate and hold on to that vision for our nation. And as you may be aware, or not, that as of Tuesday of this week, and I think that was June the 15th, the announcement was made that the Senate unanimously passed a bill making Juneteenth a federal holiday. So we're just waiting for the House and the President, and then Juneteenth will be a national holiday. So I say, thank you for celebrating with me. I am absolutely excited about our ability to really tell our history and to celebrate our culture. So take that day, Juneteenth, take your time and just look at this online presentation. And in addition to the presentation that I told you about in the beginning, we also have a second page that was actually from last year, but the information was so good that we wanted you to just continue to review and learn more about what has been going on related to Juneteenth. So I say thank you and namaste.